From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Wednesday, August 21st. It is a crisp start to the day. We are in the 50s in most places, even got to the 40s in some locations. Don't worry, it's going to be a beautiful day. Lots of sunshine, no humidity really, and we'll only get to the mid-70s.
This season, Instacart has your back to school. As in, they've got your back to school lunch favorites, like snack packs and fresh fruit. And they've got your back to school supplies, like backpacks, binders, and pencils. And they've got your back when your kid casually tells you they have a huge school project due tomorrow. Let's face it, we were all that kid. So first call your parents to say I'm sorry, and then download the Instacart app to get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes all school year long. Get a $0 delivery fee for your first 3 orders while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
Okay, it's time to commit. 2024 is the year for prioritizing yourself. Begin your new smile journey with Byte, and you could start seeing results in just 2 to 3 weeks. Just order your at-home impression kit today for only $14.95 at Byte.com. Byte clear aligners are doctor-directed and delivered to your door. Treatment costs thousands less than braces. Plus, they offer financing options, accept eligible insurance, and you can pay with your HSA FSA. Get 80% off your impression kit when you use code WONDERY at Byte.com. That's BYTE.com. Start your confidence journey today with Byte.
I want what's best for Indiana, and that means electing Kamala Harris, the first woman president of the United States of America.
That's actor Sean Astin with the backing chant of Rudy, helping deliver Indiana's delegates at the Democratic National Convention. Astin's career runs through Indiana with roles in Rudy and Stranger Things. His wife's from here, too. Congressman Andre Carson followed Astin by casting the state's 86 delegate votes for the Harris-Walz ticket. It's day 3 of the Democratic National Convention, and Tim Walz is set to be the main speaker. Tuesday featured the party's star power at the podium. Michael Yoshida is in Chicago.
Night 2 of the Democratic National Convention here in Chicago filled with plenty of star power from big-time celebrities, music performances, and even Vice President Kamala Harris symbolically accepting her party's nomination via video while out on the campaign trail. But no question, the biggest moments when the Obamas took the stage, first Michelle and then former President Barack.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling fired up.
The hometown star bringing the United Center to a frenzy. Former President Barack Obama delivering a forceful affirmation that Kamala Harris is the right leader for the moment, as Democrats look to defeat former President Donald Trump.
We need a president who will stand up for their right to bargain for better wages and working conditions. And Kamala will be that president.
And former First Lady Michelle Obama went for a more direct confrontation with the Republican nominee.
See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of 2 hard-working, highly educated, successful people who happen to be black. Wait, I want to know, who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight to officially nominate Kamala Harris, DNC. Turn out for what?
A star-studded night that even featured a handful of Republicans throwing their support behind the Democratic candidate. Stephanie Grisham, the former press secretary of former President Trump, pulling back the curtain on her old boss.
Now here I am, behind a podium, advocating for a Democrat. And that's because I love my country more than my party.
And during night 2, we also heard from the second gentleman. He spoke about the personal side and his relationship with Kamala Harris. As we look towards night 3, we are expecting to hear from former Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, also former President Bill Clinton. The night to be capped off we're expecting with a keynote speech from vice presidential nominee Tim Walz. In Chicago, I'm Michael Yoshida for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook for more updates.
In Indianapolis, all city employees are now required to receive sexual harassment prevention training every year. Mayor Joe Hogsett signed the executive order yesterday. It takes effect immediately. The order says anyone who does not take that training could be fired. Before this, city employees only had to go through harassment training every 2 years. The new requirement comes after 3 former employees say they were sexually harassed or assaulted by Hogsett's former top aide. The mayor says his former chief of staff, Thomas Cook, was reprimanded back in 2017. However, records relating to that investigation have not been released to the public. Now to I-Team 8. Police say an IMPD sergeant accused of child exploitation sent more than 40 files of child porn online in one day. I-Team 8's Cody Fisher shows us how detectives traced the images to Javed Richards.
According to court documents, Richards was sharing child pornography online using the Kik messaging app. Court documents say Richards went home early in the morning on July 14th after working an off-duty job. Instead of going to sleep, he got on the messaging app Kik at 3:45 in the morning. At 5:30, he sent someone else child pornography. Over the next 4 hours, he would send dozens of files to 8 different people on the messaging app. All of the files were of girls under the age of 12 performing various sex acts. At one point, he asked another user for no limits child porn. The messaging app Kik alerted the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
Last year in 2023, we received over 36 million reports to our cyber tip line. That was up 12% from the prior year, so that's a really staggering volume.
The cyber tip line prioritizes the most serious cases where the child is in imminent danger.
We're always looking for that location data to understand where is this individual located.
The cyber tip line did not comment about this specific case, but according to court documents, they were able to identify Richards by his IP address. At some points, Richards was using a virtual private network, which conceals someone's IP address, but for one of the uploads of child porn, Richards wasn't connected to a VPN, which is how they were able to track him down. IMPD got on the case right away. They brought him in for questioning on August 19th. During questioning, he would stare at the evidence for long periods of time, not saying anything. At one point, he quietly said, "So dumb." At one point, he said to the detective, "Dude, again, you have my logs. You have whatever things you say you verified. Whatever happened in that moment, whatever it was, is not who I am, right? It is not who I am." Right now, Richards is still in the Marion County Jail. His first court hearing is Thursday at 9 a.m. For I-Team 8, I'm Cody Fisher for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook for updates.
We expressed our concerns that we felt more like dog distributors because there's no fees, there's no background checks.
That's Kylie Fox, one of 2 women at the center of a controversy at the Indianapolis Animal Care Services. The now former workers told News 8's Kylie Russell that they lost their jobs over a change of policy, which no longer lets workers check the backgrounds of people who want to adopt animals. The deputy director of Animal Care Services explained in a meeting last night why the My Case checks are gone.
As far as the My Case, it's not coming back. And just by the mere fact that people of color are more than likely to have records on there, that by itself is discrimination. It introduces biases for things that are not related to a person's ability to be a good pet owner.
Employees under a previous policy checked adopters for charges including animal cruelty, murder, neglect, domestic violence, or sex offenders. Bill Gates is learning more about Alzheimer's research at the IU School of Medicine. The Microsoft founder toured part of the school in Indianapolis this week. The school posted pictures on social media of the moment yesterday. It says Gates toured labs and met with key faculty members. Before you know it, the fall flannels will be out, and that means Starbucks PSLs, the pumpkin spice latte. Love it or hate it. It's already creeping into social media feeds. And this morning, Starbucks announced that some of its 2024 fall menu starts tomorrow. Starbucks insiders are leaking the menu, showing a new iced pecan crunch latte and raccoon cake pop rolling out in mid-September. Many diets focus on what you eat, but intermittent fasting focuses on when you eat. In today's Health Spotlight, News 8's Brittany Noble shows us its potential benefits beyond weight loss.
Math teacher Desiree Valdez likes to help other people solve problems.
Taking a subject most people hate and getting them to love, at least like it a little bit more.
But the numbers were not adding up when it came to her own health last year.
So during that particular time, blood pressure was rising, weight was rising.
No matter what she tried, nothing worked, so
I committed to 16-hour fast, 8-hour eating.
University of Miami's hypertension specialist Maria Delgado recommended Desiree try nocturnal fasting to help naturally reset her body.
And you eat. And that includes eating before going to bed. So that alone is a big problem because it activates your pancreas, it increases your risk for diabetes, your cholesterol is not well metabolized.
Nocturnal fasting increases metabolism, prevents late-night blood sugar spikes, and reduces inflammation. One study found a fasting window of 14 plus hours actually changed genes linked to longevity, and intermittent fasting for 30 days reduces your risk of cancer, Alzheimer's disease, and neuropsychiatric disorders.
Nighttime is a time where cells rest, but it's also the time of cell regeneration. So you get to clean your body during that time when you're not eating.
As part of the fast, Desiree commits to only drinking water, green tea, and black coffee during the 16 hours of fasting. During the other 8, she eats whatever she wants. After 6 months, she was down almost 50 pounds and her blood pressure was normal.
Whereas before I was just a fit 50-year-old, a little chubby, but now I feel youthful.
I'm Brittany Noble for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
An Indianapolis man will compete in the 2025 Special Olympics World Winter Games in Italy. We first introduced you to Tommy Sleva on Daybreak in April. He shared that it's his dream to compete in the alpine skiing at the Winter Olympics. Now, his dream is coming true after 22 years in the Special Olympics. Sleva is one of more than 100 athletes competing this winter. This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.